Matam. People say to me, Abbas, I don't feel it sometimes, man. Matam's going on in a language I don't understand. I'm not even that sorrowful. People doing matam. I said to them, I understand that. I understand that. But I'll tell you one thing about matam. I'll tell you one thing about matam now, in my understanding, has become the single symbol of the Azadar of Hussein. You could get a person crying, you could get a person wearing black. He said, what's he doing? I'm not sure. But you see a person hitting his chest, he said, that is that Azadar of Hussein. Wherever he is in the world, he's an Azadar of Hussein. Right? I remember one of our teachers said, Sheikh Nurillahian, he was inspector for Sazman Tablighat in the days when Sazman existed. Now it's all merged into Jamiat al-Mustafa. He used to visit the foreign houses of Iran. He said to me once, I visited the Hausa in Moscow. In the early days, there was Hausa there. He visited, and he said, I went to the Imam Bargah of the Russians in Moscow. And he said that I didn't understand very much. Majlis was in Russian. I watched, as he has watched all over the world, mashallah. Nawha was in the local language in Russia. People doing matam. He said, I looked at all that, and then he said something very strange happened. The lights went off. The person reciting the Nawha came right next to the mic and began to whisper into it. Everybody opened one button of their shirt and put their hand inside the shirt and began to gently move their hands. And then the matam was over, then somebody else took over another Nawha, people began to do matam normally. He said, that intrigued me. He said, I went to them and I said, what was that? He said, you know, when we were young in this country, religious celebration of any sort was not allowed under the Soviet government. And our father and our parents would gather together and tell us that there is something called Matam of Hussein. We will recite quietly, we will recite in a whisper, and you hit your chest gently. But never forget that we are Azadar of Hussein. And one day, inshallah, we will be allowed to do Matam openly, and we will do it. He said, we do this annually every year to remind us of our debt to our parents who taught us what it meant to do Matam. So I ask you, I beseech you, that you may not sometimes feel completely the grief that would urge you to do Matam. But don't walk away from it. When the programs are over, don't walk away. Rather sign up and beat your chest and say, I am an Azadar of Hussein. I am that. And this is the symbol of it, so I show you the symbol of it. I am an Azadar of Hussein. This is very important. Because what will happen is you will see the tears in people around you, and that softness will come in your heart. That softness will come in your heart. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala